This is my disc destroyer. It's a mean little machine with one job, testing grinding discs. With so many grinding discs and countless reviews, it's hard to separate fact from fiction. This is where the disc destroyer comes in. It cuts through the noise, delivering real results. No bias, no sponsorships, just cold hard tests. Grinding discs can face a lot of real-world challenges, like high and low pressures, hot and cold materials, and of course, fast and slow speeds. This machine tests it all, so that we can finally find the truth in the reviews. Today, I am testing the Trivd Frol Type 29 flap disc, coming in at just 81 cents a disc. I was only able to find near-perfect scores for the Trivd Frol, with a suspicious lack of critical reviews. This reviewer says it worked and lasted well. And this 4-star review says even if the durability isn't amazing, it's worth it for the low price. So how accurate are these reviews? Can I get my own 5-star performance out of this disc? Let's test them to find out. Let me break this down for you. Each disc will be grinding this test bar to see how much it can remove within 20 minutes time. This will chart out its story and tell us exactly how this disc behaves based on how much material it removes at any given point. But if the disc stops effectively grinding the bar or just straight up disintegrates, the test is over. Let's begin. I kicked off the first set of tests by simulating light pressure grinding. I did this by adding a 4-pound weight to my rig. This is roughly the weight of the grinder. And this experiment was over almost as quickly as it began. Just 2 minutes in and I could already tell the cutting progress was slowing down. And after 3 minutes, I stopped seeing any grinding at all, so I ended the test. Taking a closer look at our test coupon, I measured just over 1.5 inches of metal cut. For a disc with such glowing reviews, these results are pretty surprising. Not even cutting 2 inches in 3 minutes is pretty abysmal. So far, I am not sure how these reviewers got such great results, but I am determined to get a 5-star performance out of this disc. Next, I wanted to see how the disc would grind against a hot weld. I simulated this by heating up the first few inches of my coupon before I started grinding. And while my hopes were high, these results were almost identical. On hot metal, the disc was able to cut 2 inches of material, but after 3 minutes, I could tell no more was getting removed, ending the test. This slight improvement is not enough to convince me these reviews are legit, but we can still change up a few more things to hopefully get us closer to 5 stars. Next, I'm going to lower the grind speed. This could help the disc gain some longevity. So I kept my 4-pound weight, but I lowered my grinding speeds from 11,000 RPMs to 6,000. And this switch actually pushed our disc performance in the opposite direction. On both hot and cold metal, the disc lasted the same duration, but somehow managed to cut even less material than before. So what's happening here? It's safe to say that this disc is glazing, or losing abrasive quality, making it harder and harder to keep cutting our coupon. We can further prove this with a closer look at the discs after the test. Look how smooth that is. After the test so far, I am beginning to wonder if I am even using the same disc as these reviewers. Somehow these users are getting what they consider decent usage out of this disc. One last thing we can change is how heavy we are pressing on the grinder. So I raised my speeds back to 11,000 and swapped my 4-pound weight for 8. And this time, the Trivd Frol started off with lots of potential. 2 minutes in and the disc had practically doubled the material removed compared to previous tests. But the progress, while impressive, was short-lived. Soon after the 2-minute mark, I saw the disc begin to smoke and burn. This signaled the disc was taking too much damage, so I ended the test. Overall, I think we are heading in the right direction. Finally, I am going to test this disc on heated metal one more time to see if it can get us any better results. And like the last 8-pound test, this started off strong. This time, the disc survived for 5 minutes before I saw smoke again. Measuring the coupon, I saw 7 inches of material had been cut. This was the best the disc had done all day. It seems heavy pressure mixed with hot metal was the key to unlocking the Trivd Frol. So how do the reviews stand compared to our data? I would say it depends on your expectations. I can only assume that these positive reviews came from using the disc on hot metal, with heavy and even pressure. Otherwise, I'm not sure who would give this disc a perfect score. But it is important to mention how cheap this disc is at just 81 cents. And that should be taken into consideration when deciding if these results are worth it for you. If you'd like to see the data I've collected for this disc, as well as the other discs in these tests, I've posted them at the Fireball forum, linked in the description. I'm going to keep posting more and more of these test videos, so stay tuned to find the truth in the reviews. And if you're wondering why I built the rig the way I did, how it works, and what it's all about, I have a video that goes into great detail that you should check out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.